Hola a todos, ¿qué tal estáis? ¿Cómo va todo? Aquí Jordi de nuevo con todos vosotros, aquí en Kingdom Come Deliverance. Bueno, aquí entrando en el castillo mayor de Ratash para seguir la historia principal. Mira, aquí tenemos a cercanos. Para, pues eso, seguir la historia principal. A ver hasta dónde nos lleva después de asaltar ese campamento que matamos al que nos robó la espada de Sir Ratzik. Pues ahora veamos lo que sigue. Vamos a echar un vistacillo aquí al mapa primero. Vale, y como veis, estamos aquí y nos pone ir al salón del castillo mayor. Vale, y esto es, para que lo veamos, mientras luchábamos en Pestilencia, ¿vale? Esto es de pueblo ese abandonado. Otra banda de bandoleros atacaba a McJordy. Madre mía, qué nombre, Dios mío. Sin embargo, los lugareños no solo resistieron ante los ataques, sino que incluso capturaron a uno. Sriracha quiere que lo interrogue. Y a eso vamos. Lo que no sé es si estará aquí abajo. No, aquí no parece que esté. A ver si está arriba. Buenas. Vale. Aquí es.
My lord, I'm afraid you were right when you said these hostilities wouldn't end at Pestilencia.
That comes as no surprise.
What has happened?
The men reported 2 more attacks today.
Ah, Henry. I'm glad you're here. It seems like we'll have another task for you. Come and join us.
My lord,
Greetings, lad.
the bandits raided a few remote hamlets, but that's the least of our worries. They also attacked Merhoyed, and that's a much more serious matter.
Merhoyed? Matthias is working there.
They attacked right after the battle in Pestilencia. Bastards were probably trying to prove they're still strong. But there's a silver lining. The villagers held them off, and they even took one captive. He's wounded, but we can still interrogate him.
Your Graces, I hope I'm not intruding.
On the contrary, Master Tobias. Unlike Bernard, you are the bearer of good tidings. Or so I gather from the coin you carry. Tell me, how many groschen did we find in Pestilencia?
My lord, I'm sorry, but my news is no better than Captain Bernard's. These coins are very good. That is to say, well-made facsimiles, as we
Ostras.
call them.
Falsificación.
What? I don't give a fuck what you call them. I want to know what they're fucking worth.
That's just it, sir.
No valen nada, son falsificaciones.
Are you saying what I think you're saying, Master Tobias? This here
It's just a pile of copper.
Curva! Fuck!
Plated with silver, so it's still of some... worth.
Curva! Fuck!
Is it a lot of work to make such counterfeits, Master Tobias?
I should say so, sir. Highly demanding work. Especially to make such plausible forgeries. They would need a well-hidden foundry, several craftsmen, and a source of material.
But they could just be brought in from somewhere else, could they not?
Well, they could, but then again, the silver mines are nearby, and these groschen seem freshly minted, so...
So we are facing a foe who has almost limitless sources of coin. That's all we need.
Dopredel.
Well, gentlemen, it's clear what we have to do. Interrogate that captive bandit, find out their numbers, and promptly cut off their supply of money. Otherwise, they'll soon have another encampment.
If they haven't already.
I doubt it, sir. Merhoyed wouldn't have been able to hold them off if they did.
Well, lad, I said we'd have work for you, but it never crossed my mind there would be this much. You've already proved your worth as an investigator, so I'm putting my faith in you again.
Bien.
Go to Merhoyed and question that captive. Find out where those brigands are hiding, how many there are, and what they're planning. And while you're at it, see if you can find some clues as to where this counterfeit coin is coming from.
Vale.
Very well, sir.
Good luck. We're counting on you. All of us. Come report to me as soon as you know anything. I'll be at the lookout point near Talmberg.
Vale, cercano al Talmberg. Vale. O sea que tenemos que ir...
with you, Henry.
Buenas, ¿qué pasa? Interrogar código McGeorgie. Ay, qué nombres, tío, que no puedo con esos nombres. Vale. ¿De dónde viene el dinero falso? La verdad es que tengo curiosidad, ¿eh? Tienen toda una infraestructura ahí para falsificar dinero y todo. Mucho más de lo que parece. Aparte de que cuando capturamos el campamento ese, cuando derrotamos a los que estaban allí, ya visteis que al final salía uno allí que se ve que es el que lo financiaba. Mira, a ver. Vale, vamos a ver. Que tenemos que ir. Vale, esto si nos viene de paso en alguna ocasión, que aquí es lo de los bandidos cumanos estos, creo, los cumanos. ¿Dónde está? Está el marcador ahí. A ver si me sale. Ahí la mentalidad del campamento, ¿vale? Si no, alguna vez no sale, pues lo haré, si no, eso ya lo haré yo tranquilamente. Y vamos a interrogar. Me sale otra vez ahí, no sé por qué. Un área. Pero bueno, supongo que estará en algún sitio detenido, ¿no? Digo yo. No creo que esté por el pueblo paseando, vamos. Vale, pues vamos allá. Vigilemos la saciedad, que ya sabéis que es importante llevar una dieta equilibrada. Y bueno, ya que estamos de camino, mientras llegamos al sitio os comento que estoy jugando esto, estoy grabando esto el 20, hoy es día 23 de febrero y ha salido un parche, una actualización de unos 10 gigas. Y no sé lo que arreglará, la verdad. A ver si se desbuguea Teresa, no lo sé. Lo sabremos pronto. Lo que sí que he notado es que el menú del inventario del caballo, lo que tiene guardado en el caballo, se ha ordenado por categorías. ¿Vale? Cuando lo veamos, cuando echemos un vistazo ya lo veréis. Está ordenado por categorías. Antes estaba todo suelto, todo en uno. Y ahora pues está por armadura, armas. Ay mía, tío, cuánta gente, ¿no? Por el camino. Entonces ya está un poco más ordenado, digamos, ¿vale? Que eso creo que en PC ya estaba. Pero bueno, aquí en las consolas siempre llega más tarde, pero bueno, no pasa nada tampoco, ¿eh? No es ninguna... ningún problema. Y bueno, yo como lo estoy disfrutando este juego, bueno, sí viene y además necesita parches, pero quiero decir yo que lo estoy disfrutando igualmente. Bueno, vamos allá. Estamos aquí. Y ahora a ver dónde tengo que ir. Vamos a preguntar a este buen hombre. Vaya hombre, a ver si va. Uy, a ver. Vale, no le podemos preguntar a este buen hombre. Entonces deberíamos de ir a la cantina, a la taberna. Que no sé dónde está, por cierto. Aquí no es. Ahí hay humo. Estos han sido los restos del ataque, digo yo. A ver, vamos a echar un vistazo por aquí, pero no, por aquí ya nos alejamos. Nada, por aquí no. A ver. Pegaso, hijo mío. Aquí no hay taberna, tío. Qué raro, ¿no? Es que no sé por dónde ir. Es que no sé dónde ir. Porque, hombre, ¿dónde está? Debería estar en un sitio, ¿no? Digo yo, detenido o algo. No lo entiendo, tío. A ver. Tampoco le puedo preguntar a este. Pues sí que estamos apañados. niña. A ver si me dice algo esta. ¿Qué ha pasado aquí?
What happened here?
Horror of horrors, Master. We were attacked by some bandits, and then the plague broke out.
Jesus Christ.
That's right. The Almighty has sent this punishment on us.
Misión iniciada, Pestilencia. Preguntar al menino por la situación. Vale. Vamos a ver si este es
I'm looking for
Matías.
Matthias. I think he works at the stud here.
Matthias. Matthias. Wait, I know. He's not been here
Sí,
long, isn't that
le
right?
buscamos
Not
trabajo,
long,
creo.
it's true.
Well, those bastards got him. He's laid up at the stud now. His arm's in a bad way, but at least he's still
Vale, está
alive.
en una
Thank
granja
you.
de caballos. Perfecto. Iremos a verlo. Ahí seguramente nos lo pondrá ahí, ¿no? A ver. Hablar con Matthias. Ahí está. Habladme de la
And the
plaga.
disease? Tell me something about it.
I don't want to tempt fate by talking about it. Makes me shudder to think of it. There's not much to tell anyway. It hit us just after that rabble left. First the horses died, then livestock, and now it's people. Like Melikar's wife. Poor thing.
Where will I find Melikar?
If you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, Melikar's is the house on the left.
How did you manage to fight them off?
Well, we were lucky. Young Straw saw the gang a little way out of the village and ran to warn old Melikar. If it wasn't for that, none of us would be here.
It looks like you fended them off, though. I can't see any burned houses.
They had no time for that. But they've left us with fresh graves. Young Straw himself got cut up something terrible, and a few others. We've a number of wounded. And now the plague to crown it all. Christ preserve us.
Melikar, Straw. Those names are new to me.
They're locals. Melikar's been in charge here since old vassal Smill from Neuhof passed away. May God grant him eternal peace. And Straw, that's the local woodsman. Poor fellow. The bandits killed his son, and his wife has the disease.
I'd like to talk to Straw.
I see. Well, if you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road,
uno a la
you'll
izquierda,
see
otro a la
Straw's
derecha.
house on the right.
These bandits, who were they?
Some thieving rabble. What do I know? Maybe those damned Cumans. But they spoke Czech. Ask the captive at the Malikars.
Ah, está en la casa de Melikar. Vale. Perfecto.
Thank you, that's all.
Nos ha dado mucha información esta mujer, ¿eh? Vale, ya ves. Vale, partida guardada. Entonces el merino. Pero el merino, ¿dónde está, tío?
You're not allowed inside. If you want to go in, talk to Melikar.
Este. ¿quién
I'm
es?
honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
What's happened here?
Things are bad. Very bad. First we get attacked by them brigands, barely come out of that alive. And now, the plague.
Plague, you say?
Indeed so. Something's up with the village. Even the livestock are dying. It's a gruesome sight.
Bueno. Esto ya sabemos cómo... A ver, que este
Tell
nos
me
sale
more
de la
about
plaga
this
también.
plague. It sounds terrible.
Worse than you can imagine. The whole stud, livestock, sheep, chickens, all dead or dying. No doubt the people will be next. Melikar's old woman's taken to her bed, and it doesn't look good. Straw's wife and brother. More and more.
I'm sorry to hear it. I heard the bandits didn't get very far here, though.
Luckily, young Straw saw them still over by the cross and woke the whole village. We even captured one. He's tied up now at Melikar's place. But then, the disease came.
Thanks. That'll be all for now. I need to talk to that captive.
Sorry, no one's allowed inside. Melikar's orders.
But I'm Sir Radzig Cobbler's envoy, and I urgently need to question the captive.
I don't care if you're the Pope's envoy. I can't let you in. If you want to talk to the captive, you have to get permission from Melikar.
Vale, hay que hablar con el Melikar ese. Melikar, o sea que... A ver si me sale algo en el mapa. Vale, la B, hablar con Matías. Joder, ya me podrían decir dónde está la gente, tú. Yo es que flipo. Ahora buscar a Merino. Luego busca la casa a la derecha y a la izquierda del otro, de no sé qué. De los caballos. Bueno, como tenemos que ir a los caballos para hablar con Matías. Por aquí no creo que sea bueno. A ver por aquí. Y el Merino que no sé dónde leches estará. Pues creo que esto es lo de los caballos, no sé. ¿Será ese que está ahí acostado, el Matías? Efectivamente.
Hal? You're a sight for sore eyes. What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, Matthias. Sir Radzig sent me here to investigate the raid.
Sir Radzig? Looks like you've come up in the world. You're here as his envoy?
He took me into his garrison.
Hal, the blacksmith's boy, in the service of his lordship. Who'd have ever thought it? My luck hasn't been so good.
Well, at least you haven't ended up begging like half the Skalitz folk in Ratai.
And I'd be grateful if it weren't for this broken arm and the damned plague. Jesus, Hal. Feels like I bring my bad luck with me.
It'll get better.
Certainly can't
Porque
get much
peor.
worse. If I were in your shoes, I'd get the hell out of here. There's some disease spreading.
Disease?
Folk are saying it's the plague. Whatever it is, it's bad. It started the day after the raid. First the horses got sick, then other animals, and now people are falling ill
Mala
too.
pinta tiene, ¿eh?
Damn!
Pero falta saber esa enfermedad. Yo no lo tengo tan claro, ¿eh?
About this sickness. When did this plague start?
The day after the raid.
Ya
The
después del
horses
ataque,
were
es que es
lying
muy
down in the
sospechoso
stables,
eso.
so we knew something was up. By afternoon, they were all dead. Then other animals started getting sick, one after the other, and then people.
What are the signs that someone's getting sick?
I don't leave the house much, but folk complain of fever and shakes. Some are throwing their guts up, and others
Hostia.
are spewing from the other end.
Has anyone died from it?
Aye, old Verba. Although he was already on his last legs, so no one knows for sure if it was the plague that got him. Either way, the animals are dropping like flies, and people will end up the same for sure.
Who's ill now?
I don't know. What with my arm the way it is, I don't go outdoors much. But I know Melikar and Straw have sick ones at home.
Are you alright?
Well, at least I haven't caught the sickness.
But you've been hurt.
It happened during the raid. One of those damn bandits fell on me, horse and all. My arm's badly broken, but better than a broken neck.
Tell me about the raid.
What do you want to know?
Can you describe the raiders?
I don't know. They came at dusk, so you couldn't see their faces. About 20 of them. They weren't humans, though. They spoke Czech.
You talked to them?
No. They were shouting at us. They were very sure of themselves to begin with, but when we hit them in the woods, they didn't look so brave.
I know you've got courage enough for any man, but how did a bunch of untrained villagers manage to hold off armed bandits?
One of the village lads caught sight of them coming through the woods and told Melikar, who roused the whole village, and everyone grabbed what they could. Pitchforks, axes, flails, and we went out to face them.
What? You mounted an assault against them?
Aye, and that was the key. It was the last thing those whoresons expected. A few of them still managed to break through to the village, probably wanted to torch it. But even the women here were armed with what they could find, and they took the bastards by surprise.
Ay, ay.
I hear one of the raiders was taken captive. I'd like to question him.
Aye, old Melachar let him have it over the head with a flail, and now he's locked up in the barn. But be careful.
Why's that?
That fucker killed young Straw, and his old man's sharpening his sickle for him. Melachar still hasn't decided what to do with him.
I can tell you what he'll do with him. He'll hand him over to Sir Radzig's envoy. Me.
I doubt Melachar will let him go willingly. The folk here are baying for blood. Lives have been lost. First the raid, and now this plague. God knows what they'll do.
Vale, pues ya está. Se ha quedado más seco. Bueno, ¿por qué silbas, tío? Que tienes al lado. Pareces tonto. Vale. A ver. Mapa de nuevo. Vale, ya nos sale aquí. Preguntar al merino local por la situación. Vale. Nos sale el merino aquí. Aquí yo nos he dicho izquierda y derecha. Debe ser estas dos casas que tengo aquí delante. ¿No? Porque ha dicho que era lo de la puerta de los caballos. Vamos a ver si es verdad. Vamos a ver. A ver. Buenas tardes. Bien, con este no puedo hablar. No sé por qué.
What the hell are you doing?
Intentando hablar contigo, hijo mío, pero no puedo. Este no debe ser. Pues nada, me he equivocado de puertas. A ver. Lugareña. Está ahí echando a la siesta. No. Pues nada, no parece que sea aquí, ¿eh? Me he equivocado yo. Me he equivoquido. Y esta, a ver, ¿y si son? No, ¿por qué? Si son estas de aquí. No, esto es el comerciante. Pues yo no sé qué casas serán, porque la aplicación no ha sido demasiado buena que digamos. Tenemos que ir investigando. Aquí es donde he entrado antes, ¿no? Sí. Sí, aquí es donde he entrado antes, que le he preguntado a esta que estaba aquí dentro. Y luego he ido a hablar con aquel. Pues nada, a seguir, madre mía. Ya me podían decir dónde está la casa de uno y de otro, ¿no? A mí me van a dar vuelta más tonta, tío. Puerta por puerta, aquí. Este es uno, ¿no? ¿Y por qué no puedo hablar con él, tío? Madre mía, tío. Lugareño. Estos están todos malos. O sea, este me pone lugareño, lugareña, y este no me pone nada. Pero parece que está malo también. Pues nada. Aquí tampoco es. Venga. A ver, vamos a ver el mapa un momento. Porque si esto es lo de los caballos... casa izquierda y derecha no hay muchas, tío. Es que hay 4 casas aquí. No entiendo nada, tío, en serio. Bueno, Bueno, vamos a hablar con el merino, a ver si nos aclara algo, porque yo estoy un poco perdido ahora mismo. Mira por dónde pasamos. Bueno, pues vamos a dar la vuelta. Estoy un poco perdido ahora mismo, no sé dónde viven los... y eso que ya veis que son 4 casas. Pero me extraña muchísimo. A ver. A ver aquí. Nada, tío. No lo acierto. Me parece muy raro esto, ¿eh? No, pero no lo veo muy lógico esto. A ver, ¿para qué tengo que estar aquí buscando? Es que no lo entiendo, tío. O sea, si tengo que ir a casa de uno. ¿Ese es el merino? ¿En serio? Sí. Ah, no, es Melichar.
Are you Melikar?
Aye, that's me.
I need to speak with the prisoner.
And why is that? Who might you be?
Henry, envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla. I'm here to investigate the attack.
I'm sorry. I have other things on my mind right now. In case you hadn't noticed, we have pestilence raging here. And Sir Radzig won't help us with that. Any more than he helped us when we were attacked.
No one could have known what would happen.
If Sir Radzig hadn't pissed off into the woods and stayed in the camp, they would never have dared attack us.
If Sir Radzig hadn't gone into the woods, he'd have left so many to attack here that you'd never have fought them off.
Makes no odds now. We've a different problem to deal with.
If there's anything I can do, just tell me.
There's a stable hand living with us here, Matthias.
Yes, I know him.
And he knows some girl who helps out in the monastery infirmary. Johanka, I think her name is. She might know someone to
Monasterio.
turn to, if she's actually there.
Very well. I'll go to the monastery. It's probably our best hope.
Thank you. At least for taking the trouble. But then, even if you cared nothing for us, the prisoner's got the pestilence too. He'll die
Bueno.
without help.
If I have to go to the monastery, I need to know as much as possible about the disease. I'll definitely need to know its symptoms. They're bound to ask me that.
It's hard to say. My wife is feverish. Others have the chills. I heard some are throwing up. Others still are breaking out in sores. But why don't you see for yourself? People talk a lot and I don't know what to believe anymore.
Very well. I'll make the rounds.
I've daubed lime on the afflicted houses, but don't stay too long in those homes.
That I can promise you.
Vale, habrá que venga en el monasterio.
If anyone else comes to me, I'll pretend to be
Investigar la peste. A ver. Nos habrá puesto otra marca de zona de esas. ¿Veis? No falla. Vale, pues nada. Investigar la peste. Por aquí no. Allí. He marcado con limo, ha dicho. Yo supongo que serán todas estas. ¿Y esto?
What? Have you come for my wife? You're out of luck. My old straw,
Este
don't
es
you
el
know?
otro.
Straw! You've taken my son. But you shan't take my wife. You bastard.
I've come to help your wife.
To help her over to the other side. Isn't that God's own truth?
I'm sorry that they killed your son. I truly am sorry. But if you don't want that disease to take your wife, you'll let me see her right away. I can help her.
I don't want her taken, no.
There. You see?
What? Are you a quack?
Something like that.
Then go to it. Go!
Tal que estaba aquí, ¿no? Ahí está.
Fever. Just like Melichar's wife. Fever.
Vale.
Just like Melichar's wife.
Fiebre. Vale. A ver si podemos hablar esto. Podemos hablar con este. Hombre, si antes no...
Don't speak to me.
Vale, no quiere hablar. Fuera. A ver si podemos ayudar a esta gente. Seguimos mirando casas. Supongo que ahora será... A ver, por aquí. No se quitará hasta que lo haga.
Who are you? Can't you see we have the plague cross on the door?
My name is Henry. I'm going to the monastery to get help.
It's long past time. The Lord's already taken my poor Anthony. And what do you want from me?
I need to know how the illness afflicted your husband.
Yes, I'll tell you everything. But first help me bury my husband. I'm too weak. And Melichar said the dead should be buried at once.
Of course I'll help you.
Thank you. We have to bury him at the back of the house. There's a lovely linden tree there.
I understand. I'll dig the grave there.
Thank you. When you're ready, come back. I'll say goodbye for now.
Excavar una tumba, vale.
Anthony,
No es la primera, ¿verdad,
Anthony.
Henry? ¿Y dónde será esto? ¿Qué parte, tío? A ver. Bueno, excavar una tumba. A ver dónde la excavamos. Ahí. O sea, por aquí. Ah, mira, ahí está el tiro. Aquí. Una pala la tiene mi caballito. ¿Veis? Como veis, está armas, armadura, comida, está otros. Está ahí arreglado. En lo último, otros. Ahí cuando lo que no, está no tiene clasificación pone otros. Y aquí tenemos la pala. Vale. Ahora vamos a volver a dejar la pala en el caballito. Vale. Leñe, mira. What the... Mira qué bien lo he cogido, ¿has visto? Ay mía, menudo bugazo había ahí. Vale. Ya está. Vale. Pues ahora habrá que llamar a la viuda, ¿no? Ahí ya viene.
We Will you please tell me about his illness?
Certainly. My husband had the fever all over.
Anything else?
He had great pains in his belly. He said it felt like it'd been stuffed with rocks. He was writhing all night through. He must have hurt terribly.
Thank you.
Vale.
What am I to do now without you?
Pues debemos de seguir todavía. Investigando, a ver. Pues sigamos, ahora iremos para otro lado. Vale. Estábamos aquí. Hemos visto esta de la derecha. Pues vamos a seguir por aquí. Vamos a ver esta. Esta es la que nos ha informado antes, ¿no?
You're from Melikar's farm?
Yes.
I need to talk to the captive.
Oh, no. Melikar...
Let's try it another way then.
Nada, esta no tiene aquí nadie. Este es el de antes. No sé, me debe de faltar poco para, digo yo, no sé. A ver. Vale, aquí hay gente más chunga. No puedo hablar con este. Vale, con este sí.
Jesus, lad, what are you doing here? Can't you see the plague cross on the door?
I'm here because of it. The monastery sent me to help.
God bless you, boy. It's about time.
I need to know exactly what you're suffering from.
Oh, I see. Well, I have a dreadful fever. My wife, too. I recall almost nothing of yesterday. I was raving for most of it.
Is there anything else? Apart from the fever?
Well, forgive me for saying so. The shit just pours out of me. I can't keep anything in. I'm completely worn out. My wife's the same.
You have my thanks. I'll try to bring help.
Wait a minute, will you? I have one favor to ask.
So tell me.
I need to write my will. Can you write?
Ostras.
I might manage that.
Excellent. So get writing.
Yes.
Apunta.
I, Vincent, son of Vincent, grandson of Vincent of Mehoyed, do bequeath my estate and all my worldly goods to my wife Wilma. If my wife were to pass away with me, I bequeath all to my cousin Dobesh, at this time the cobbler in Janovitz. In no event shall my prodigal son Elia, the layabout and good-for-nothing, inherit a single groschen, all customs and traditions aside.
Should I write that too?
Yes, and then write, the executor of my last will is to be my good friend, Father Fabian, presently the parish priest at the Church of St. Martin in Sasso.
Anything else?
This will was written down by. What is your name?
Henry. Presently in fealty to Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Well, I never. That will add some weight. Here, take my ring, so Fabian will know it to be truly from me. You can never be sure nowadays.
Vale, sacerdote de Sázava.
Your son Elijah. What did he do to you?
Christ almighty. Trying to interfere, are you?
Hombre, no.
What did he do?
Curiosidad.
Everything. He was to be married, and instead he ransacked the house and ran off. The little fucker. Last we heard he was some jackhand in Sasso. Boozing, playing dice, lying and cheating for a living. Such a
Menudo.
disgrace.
Where can I find Father Fabian?
Well, where do you think? In St. Martin's Church, of course.
Vale.
All right, I'll head off then.
Yes. Go now. Go before you catch the disease. Then where will we be?
Testamento y últimas voluntades. Vale. Varias misioncillas aquí para hacer. Y todavía me sigue saliendo ahí que tengo que seguir investigando. Joder, macho, tío. Vamos a lavarnos un poquito. Pues aquí no me quedan muchas casas por ver. A ver. Es que no me queda nada ya. Ya lo he visto todo. Ya lo he visto absolutamente todo. Esto no es una casa. Esto tampoco. No, esto para los cerdos, tío. Pues nada, yo creo que ya no hay nada más que ver, ¿eh? Ya os digo, bueno, al comerciante, a ver. Aquí hay una casa, no, no es una casa tampoco. Sí, aquí también hay un judío.
Brother, dearest brother, is that you?
No, I'm not your brother.
Then go away. I want my brother. Brother, my brother, where are you?
Hey.
Brother,
Vale, ahora diremos que sí.
is that you?
Yes, it's me, your, brother.
Everyone is nearly here. We need to get the scallops for the fair.
Tell me, brother, how are you feeling?
Wait, you're not my brother. You're one of those brutes. Brother, lock the door. They're back again. Please, God, no.
Brother, don't you recognize me? It's me. I'm your brother. I was gone for a long time. I've come back home for Advent, remember?
Yes, yes, I remember. Give me a drink of water,
Se
brother.
está delirando.
I'm thirsty, terribly thirsty. I feel like I'm burning in hell. I can drink a pitcher of water and right away I'm parched again.
Vale, ya está. Otro que tiene fiebre. Investigar la peste, perfecto. Y ahora supongo que tendremos que ir al monasterio de Sásaba. Se nos ha hecho aquí las tantas. Vale. Vamos a ver, vamos a echar un repaso. Interrogar al cautivo. Vale, todavía no podemos porque tenemos que hacerle ese favor. Vale, ahora con Johanka en el monasterio. Pues eso es lo que vamos a hacer ahora. Ay, mira, perdonad que quiero ver cómo estoy de saciedad. Uy, tengo que comer. Un poquito de carne seca y unos champiñones secos, todo seco. Y fruta seca. Bien. Y ahora al monasterio. Es tarde ya, pero es lo que hay que hacer. Vale, es aquí, ¿no? Signo de misión y... Vamos allá. Pegaso, vuela Pegaso. A ver si vamos aclarando cosas. Bueno, supongo que esta nos ayuda, a lo mejor nos da algún remedio, porque no parece que sea peste, ¿no? Peste como tal. Es, no sé, parece alguna gastroenteritis, ¿no? Porque, bueno, al menos lo de la fiebre. Alguna indigestión. Pero es que, claro, es que justo después de atacar, después del ataque es cuando empezaron a tener... Y los animales muriendo. Eso también es raro. O sea que no sé qué podrá ser. Ya se nos ha hecho de noche. Tendremos que ir a buscar alojamiento antes de que se haga más tarde. Madre mía, pedazo popping. Vale, vamos a buscar un sitio para dormir, que creo que será aquí abajo. Sí, aquí. Y así venimos mañana de buena mañana, descansamos. Venimos descansaditos, porque como luego hay que volver, tampoco es plan de... ¿Ay? ¿Dónde voy yo ahora? Sí, por aquí, para abajo, recto. Y tenía que venir aquí a ver unos amigos. Bueno, no, aquí no, donde encontré el trabajo, que era uno era el que estaba ahí manco en el establo. A ver, ¿dónde está el posadero? Está ahí arriba. Vamos a alquilarle una habitación. Buen hombre.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Sitio para dormir.
Can I sleep here?
Aye, there's room here. For how long?
Una noche.
Just the one night.
Sure, but let's see your coin first. These are harsh times.
Claro, hombre.
Here you are.
You'll like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is.
Todos son dormir con una nube. ¿Y dónde está?
Where do I go to sleep?
On the upper floor of the inn. There's steps
Vale.
up to it outside. Your chamber is the one in the
En
middle.
medio, vale. Perfecto. Vamos a ver si nos ganamos unos grosin aquí a los dados con el compi este. Buenas. Vitus.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
I'm feeling lucky today. How about you? Dice?
Vamos a ponerlo interesante. Como veis, puedo coger. Salgan impares. Vale. Vale, nos sale solamente un 5 y un 1. Y vamos a volver a tirar. Y otro 5. Y ya está, no me arriesgo. 300 puntitos solo, pero bueno, no me arriesgo ahí porque si no... 1 y 5. Vale, este sí que ha hecho la jugada ahora. Y vuelve a tirar, pero tío. Yo he tenido suerte, el cabrón.
That'll do me.
Bring me something to eat.
3, 3, 3. Vale, 400 de un ataque. Yo creo que bien, ¿no? No voy a volver a tirar. ¡Buah! Ya me ha ganado. Bueno. No estoy teniendo mucha suerte ahora, la verdad. Estos son 100. No estoy teniendo suerte, ¿no? Nada de suerte. Buah, ahora sí. Ahora sí. Ahora sí que me ha pulido este.
That's all.
Pues casi. Bueno, por fin me han salido... Bueno, mira que me han salido puntos ahora. 800 puntacos. Pero no gano. De todas maneras no gano. Y ahora ganará él, claro. Que 200 puntos se hacen enseguida. Ahí los tiene. Bien.
This'll be the one.
¿Este tío es tonto? Ya está. Ya está. Sí, ya había ganado antes, tío. Mira. Sí, hombre. Madre mía, no me jodas tú. Esto está hecho para que pierda, tío. No me fastidies. Si había ganado ya, tío. Porque mira, yo con esto ya gano. 300 puntos, ya está. Me ha ganado. Ya está. Bueno, hoy que estoy bastante mal jugando. Y se ha ido también él. Vale. Vámonos a dormir. Después de esta partidita bastante sosa. Porque bueno, había ganado él, ¿eh? Pero bueno. No sé por qué ha seguido jugando. A dormir. Vámonos a dormir. Y mañana iremos al monasterio. A ver si nos ayuda esa muchacha. Supone que es alguien que está allí, una enfermera creo que ha dicho, ¿no? O alguien que tenía conocimientos de medicina. Hasta las 8, porque si no, llego y están durmiendo todos. Yo creo que a las 8, mientras llegamos allí y tal, ya se nos hacen las 9 y ya estarán despiertos todos. Esperemos. Y a ver si, no sé si irá directamente allí al pueblo, nosotros iremos a interrogar al otro. A ver qué nos cuenta de quién le manda a atacar, si sabe algo más, si tienen otro campamento, o por lo menos algún sitio tienen que tener para falsificar las monedas y todo eso. Eso no se hace en cualquier sitio, ¿no? Como ha dicho aquel hombre que nos enseñó las monedas falsas. Vale, partida guardada, genial. Vamos al monasterio. Uy, va. Vamos a coger nuestro querido Pegaso. Y nos vamos al monasterio. Un día tan bueno que ha salido hoy, ¿eh? Seguro que viene algún punto y lo fastidia. Por cierto, ¿cómo voy de esa hacia 54, uy, cuidado. Vale. Yo todo seco, ¿veis? Me gusta llevar eso seco porque como no se hace malo... pues va muy bien, la verdad. A ver, me señala hacia allí. ¿Esa arborista esa? A ver. Bueno, ¿y esto? Estos son fiambres, tío.
Another one that's going to be taking food out of our mouths.
Vale. Estos son enfermos y heridos. Johanka, esta.
Johanka?
Henry?
I'm glad to see you.
Me too. I heard that you're doing well.
Not right now. Matthias sent me.
Matthias? My God, did something happen?
What's happening here? Oh my God. Philip and... they're all...
Yes. Where do you think the wounded ended up?
Actually, I had no idea.
Well, now you know. Me and Nicodemus have been trying to keep things under control since Skalitz was raised. Just the two of us.
Can I help at all?
Siempre ofreciendo nuestra ayuda, claro que sí.
You can always use an extra pair of hands here. And it's been like that since the beginning.
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Ratai unconscious, and I needed a healer. How is everyone holding up? What can I do?
Holding up? People here are dying, usually needlessly, and I can't do anything about it. We don't have enough food or space or anyone who's willing to help us.
En manos de Dios, misión iniciada.
Doesn't anyone help you with nursing these people? You've got scholars all around you.
Scholars, maybe, but they leave the healing up to God. Nicodemus is trying, but everything he knows is from his books.
Can I have a look at them myself? I know a little about healing.
Do you now? And what would you do if you burnt yourself at the forge?
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you don't bind it and let it breathe.
You do know what you're talking about. Looks like blacksmiths know about more than just pulling teeth.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it. As long as you don't squeeze the pincers too hard and crush them.
Well, go and see if anyone needs anything. Just don't go pulling anyone's teeth.
No, tranquila.
Doesn't the monastery care for them?
They give us some food for them and a place to sleep. But I wouldn't say they help exactly. More like they just tolerate us.
Do you have enough food?
Enough to survive, maybe. But convalescents need feeding up.
Maybe if I brought some meat, some game, that would strengthen them up.
That would be a great help.
Vale. Llevar carne de caza a la enfermería.
Anything else you need?
Look around.
Well, it is a little crowded.
Crowded? I've had to leave some of the sick lying in the open air, even at night. And have you seen what they're lying on?
I'll try to negotiate better conditions with the monastery.
I tried that, out loud. They just nod their heads, but don't move a
Aquí
muscle.
todos piden algo por algo. Ya te lo digo yo.
Very well. And how are you doing? You're the only woman here, alone in the monastery.
Some of the monks speak to me, but other people act like I don't exist. Too bad the custodian isn't one of those.
Is the custodian causing you problems?
All the time. Apparently he has a wife somewhere, but that doesn't stop him. He's constantly strutting around in front of me.
And, what else?
What do you mean, what else? He's invited me to his home.
I could do something about it, if you like.
No, I can deal with him. The last thing I need is you going around threatening people. It won't help me, and it definitely won't help the refugees.
Why is there a guard outside?
He's here because of me.
Because of you?
Yes. There was one time I just had enough of it all, of the way they treat us, and I almost slapped one of... But that doesn't matter.
What can you tell me about the custodian?
He's supposed to be in charge of all the guards and the security of the monastery. But really, he has a say in pretty much everything,
Bueno,
including
el que lleva la mafia
supplies.
aquí.
And that's why he probably thinks he can do whatever he wants.
Vale.
All right, that's all I need to know.
Look, Henry, I know I can speak harshly, but I'm at the end of my tether. Last week, Bohuslav died. Maybe you knew him. And nobody even blinked an eye. We desperately need help.
I'll do whatever's in my power.
Vale. Voy primero a... Bueno, primero vamos a
I
ver...
don't know if you've heard about it, but Merhoyed was attacked.
Oh, God. How is Matthias?
Wounded in the arm. He's being brave about it, but his injury looks bad.
I need to see him.
Before you go, there's something else.
What?
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Their livestock has died off, and now the people are coming down with it too. I thought maybe someone here might know what to do.
Merciful heavens. How awful. It's a good thing you've come here. If there's any hope, this is the place to find it. You need Brother Nicodemus, the monastery physician. He may know how to deal with it.
Very well, I'll try to find him.
Come back when you know more.
Thank you, Johanka.
Vale.
Yeah, where? What's happening?
You're not from Skalitz?
No, but please help me. I can't stay here.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well, and you're very lucky you survived at all.
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use being alive if all I can do is lie here like a wet sack of barley.
What's the problem? Why can't you stay until you heal?
I have a family. I'm poor. It's only thanks to the building work that we can survive. And the master told me if I don't come back in a few days, then I shouldn't come back at all. And where can me and my wife go then? Who'll take us in? We'll end up living in the woods, where any bandit or ruffian can set on us.
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took care of your wounds.
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it. And he got better very quickly.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place. Something has to be written about it. A herbarium. Anything.
I'll try to find something.
Thank you. Thank you.
Vale. Hierba de sanación para Simic.
He'll be able to get out of this on his own.
Where?
Vamos a ir mirando a todos estos, a ver si podemos ayudar.
You look all right?
Mostly, but my leg still hurts.
Did the Cumans wound you?
That's what I tell the ladies. Truth is, I did myself a mischief while I was running away.
Do they rebandage it for you?
Occasionally. They told me they don't have enough bandages.
Well, that's no use. Those bandages need changing. I've got bandages, so I can take care of it.
Wonderful. Could you tell Brother Nicodemus?
I can do it myself.
I thought you were a blacksmith.
A long time ago. But unfortunately, I've had to learn a thing or two about the art of medicine since then.
Well, fine then.
Vale. Guay.
These wounds have been well taken care of. He just needs to sleep. I'm not needed here. He's not reacting. But all I can see that's wrong with him is his leg. I have to ask Johanka. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds, but he's shaking terribly.
Vale, tenemos que volver a hablar con Johanka. A ver estos.
I'm not needed here.
Greetings, Henry.
Insomne.
I'm not needed here.
Christ above! I can't get a wink of sleep.
What are you making such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg, I have to stay here for at least another week. Hurts like fuck. And with everyone else moaning and groaning all night, I can't get any sleep.
Maybe I can make you something to help you sleep.
Well,
then for God's sake, do it quickly.
Encontrar algo que ayude a dormir al insomnio. Vale. A ver, vamos a volver a hablar con Johanka.
What's wrong with that man by the altar? He doesn't look wounded, but he's really pale and doesn't react at all.
He had a broken leg. A bad one. The bone had come right through the skin. We tried to straighten it, but I don't know if we did it right. I'm not holding out much hope for him. I've seen folk in that state before, and it didn't end well.
My God, there has to be something we can do.
And what do you suggest? The monks won't help, and I don't know anyone else who can.
Puedo intentar. Yo creo que puedo.
Well, I can try. I'll straighten his leg.
You?
Unfortunately, I've had occasion to try this sort of thing before.
Tengo esa
You have to
mejora.
place the bones as precisely as you can next to each other. It's hard, but you have to ignore any screams of pain. That's the only way to help him.
Well, fine. Try it then.
Colocar el hueso roto de la pierna del hombre.
One of the sick men, Semek, is complaining about pain and the fact he can't work. He says he...
Semek? Is he one of our people?
No, he's a construction worker. He's bruised and confined to...
Henry, for God's sake. Our neighbors are dying here. Your friends. There isn't time to waste on some construction worker's bruises. Oh, honestly, what were you thinking?
Listen, all I need to find out is the name of a herb.
Then go and look it up in a book. You've got your own herbarium, haven't you?
What happened to Philip?
Poor man. There was nothing wrong with him, and now he's getting worse every day.
But do you know why?
Maybe. He didn't run away from Skalitz, you see. He hid for days, among the corpses. If he got poisoned.
But what can we do?
Us? Nothing. Only Father Simon might have been able to save him. He knew a lot about poisons.
And where is he?
You know he left Skalitz years ago.
And does anyone know where he ended up?
If you believe the stories about a wild man in the woods, then Rovnar is the place to go.
Buscar al padre Simon. Vale. Vale, pues... Uf, madre mía. Enderezar pierna. Uy, madre mía. ¿Podremos?
Are you holding him firmly?
Aye.
Dios. Dejaros amigo. Leñe.
Hey!
Good health to you, Henry.
Vale, ya hemos ayudado por lo menos a este. A ver, que ya hemos hecho tantas cosas aquí en un momento que ya no sé qué hacer. Este es B. Hablar con el hermano Debemos. Se supone que está por aquí. Ah, mira, es este.
You're the one who's in charge of the wounded.
Yes, I'm the infirmarius here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
Oh, if that were the only bodily function they could control. But I shouldn't talk like that. It's a blessing to live to such an age.
How are the wounded from Skalitz?
Some of them are well taken care of. But others are dying here needlessly. It's a good thing we have Johanka here. I'd never be able to manage on my own.
So you don't normally treat the wounded then?
Well, there were accidents, of course. A broken leg, someone who'd been kicked by a cow or bitten by a goat. But this... I've never dealt with the carnage of battle before.
If only it had been a battle. This was cold-blooded slaughter.
You were there? God be merciful to you and the dead and the wounded.
How can I help you?
Have you talked to Johanka?
Sí.
I did.
Well, if you know something about it, then go and take a look. However, you don't look like you've studied the Hippocratic arts.
That's true. I'm the son of a blacksmith. But I have been around the wounded before. What do I do if I'm not sure of the treatment?
Come and speak to me. We'll see what we can do.
What do you think about the custodian?
Baron von Berg? Well, he does his job well. He keeps us safe here. And the last time I saw him was when I was rubbing ointment on his rash.
I heard he's been here a lot lately.
Well, that's true. He comes to visit Johanka. But he's never here long, and he always
Johanka lo manda a tomar por saco.
Unsatisfied.
Thank you. Why are they so badly provided for? People are crammed in next to each other, and some have to sleep outside. That can't be good for them. It gets freezing here at night.
I can't afford anything more for them.
How is that possible? You're the infirmarius. You decide how all the money gets spent.
But I have no say in how much money I'm given. And because the abbot's away, it's still the same amount I had when I was taking care of a few old men.
Mía. Los recortes. Madre mía, los recortes.
Can't you do anything? Won't the others help?
Unfortunately not. The brothers in the cloister aren't much interested in the external world. And the custodian has enough on his plate with the chaos in the region. Besides, his main concern is the smooth running of the monastery.
I can't believe your conscience lets you leave the Skalitz locals in such a state.
I know. I'm ashamed. But my brothers believe it's all in God's hands.
Ahí se lavan las manos.
And the local custodian? His crew has enough provisions.
I tried him, but it seems he had some disagreement with Johanka and
Habrá que hablar
he
con
won't
el
give us
ese,
anything.
el custodio ese.
I'll try to talk to him.
Así ponemos las cosas claras. Vale, ya sabemos cómo dejar las condiciones de los enfermos, ¿eh?
Even so, conditions here seem to me quite unchristian.
You're not the only one.
Vale.
I'd like to learn something from you.
Este me enseña algo.
And what can you do?
A bit of everything.
A ver.
Can you now? But to be more precise, do you understand herbs and medicinal plants?
To be honest, not really.
So what am I supposed to do with you? Well, never mind. At least you'll learn something new. Go to the herb garden, take a good look at what's growing there, and then pull up the weeds in the herbaceous beds. Is that clear?
Clear. I can get cracking.
Not so fast. Have I even told you what I consider a weed? It's dandelions, stinging nettles, and thistles. Those plants have their use, but they've no business growing among the Euphrasia and the
Esto ya lo haré yo.
or anywhere else in that garden, for that matter.
Esto ya lo haré yo tranquilamente.
I see.
Once you've cleared the garden of weeds, come back. And woe betide you if you pull up anything but weeds.
Don't worry, you've never had as good a gardener. Do you know
Vamos a
anything
terminar de
about
hablar
herbs?
con él.
I'm not an expert, but I know a little something. Is it urgent?
Well, one of the workers who was injured during construction would like to get back to work. He mentioned some purple flowers that would...
Herbs.
Oh, purple herbs that should help.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but you can have a look in the herbarium here. There won't be too many purple herbs for bruises and sprains.
Vale. Tengo que mirarlo.
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Johanka said that you might be able to advise.
A disease, you say? How intriguing.
Intriguing? It's terrifying.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound uncaring.
But that's
all right. The important thing is whether you can help us.
I can't say at this point. I need to find out a little more. Tell me, has the whole village come down with it?
Todo el pueblo no, porque... A ver... hay gente que no... Todavía no.
No, I mean, not yet. Several households have, around half the village.
Merhoyed? Isn't there a stud farm there?
Sí.
And what of the animals? Did they get infected too?
Yes, there's a stud farm. And they've all died off. The horses, the cattle, chickens, and now it's got to the people.
That is most intriguing. Sorry, I mean to say it's most unusual. Do you know the symptoms?
Yes, more or less.
Excellent. I have several extensive volumes here in the library. Describe the epidemic, including the symptoms, and we could take some guidance there. Can you read?
Sí, claro.
Yes, I can.
Excellent. So follow me to the scriptorium.
Vale. Desde el sueño profundo.
How about some potion to induce heavy sleep?
Certainly. The old reliable.
Reliable?
Some of the brothers like a good sleep. And sometimes that's the only way to get one. I'll show you how.
Thanks.
Vale. Pues... ¿Por dónde empezamos?
So, where shall we start?
Evidently there's something amiss in the digestive tract.
In the what?
The digestive tract, Henry.
Right.
The trouble lies between the mouth and the arsehole.
Uh-huh. Sure. Just so.
We can rule nothing out at this stage. You look in the Breviarum de Sickness Causa. It's a renowned manuscript from Salerno, written by one Johann of St. Paul.
But I don't know Latin.
Fortunately for you, our brother librarian is translating these momentous medical works into the common tongue, so you can still be of use. Study the breviary carefully, and compare the symptoms with the recorded cases. That will guide us. I'll try the proven classics, Avicenna and his Canon Medicinae, and Galen's magnum opus, the Ars Medicinalis.
Vale, pues cosas que hacer. Vamos a ver. A ver. Pestilencia. Buscar en los libros el diagnóstico correcto y la receta para la cura. Vale, esto tenemos que hacerlo aquí. Luego tenemos desbroce. Manos de Dios, que tenemos que ayudar a toda esta gente. Vale. Un montón. Llevar el testamento también es aquí. O sea que varias cosas que hacer aquí, como veis. Pero, gente, vamos a dejar el capítulo de hoy aquí. Y ya me quedaré yo por aquí haciendo cosillas y... yo que sé, cazando para ayudar a esa gente. Todo esto lo haré yo fuera de cámara. Toda la investigación que queda por hacer. Llevar eso al testamento, al otro cura y tal. Lo haré yo tranquilamente. Y ya en el próximo capítulo ya iremos seguramente de vuelta ya a McJerdy ese, o como se llama ese pueblo tan raro. El nombre ese tan raro. A ver si ya tenemos la cura o algo para decir a aquella gente. Y podemos hablar con el reo, que es lo que habíamos venido a hacer. Pero ya veis, este juego vienes a hacer una cosa y acabas haciendo 500 diferentes, que es lo que mola, la verdad. Tiene muchas cosas por hacer, ya veis muchos diálogos también, que enriquecen mucho el juego. Y lo dicho, gente, ya nos vemos en el próximo capítulo. Espero que os haya gustado darle a like si es así. Y hasta pronto. Chao, chao.